Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Prison Break. This is the 16th episode of the 4th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for offering a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode, Michael had an operation. Yes, obviously we've seen him dealing with all these symptoms throughout the whole season, and the general, the company, said that we have got leading technology better than any of the hospitals have got, and you can have all of it. It's here at your disposal, as long as one thing, you work for me, Lincoln, to retrieve Scylla. He's obviously agreed to do that. He's put his brother's life before his own needs, and you know, Michael's had the operation. Now, interestingly, while it was going ahead, he had to be awake, but he went deep into his subconscious and he started talking to Charles Westmoreland. He was basically saying that it's right in front of his eyes, he just needs to look for it. Now, also, he was saying not everything is as it seems, and interestingly as well, I think the general said that in a conversation with Sarah. Now, Michael, he was looking at his notice board, or whatever you want to call it, and it said bargain. He started crossing out the B and then the A and the R. Basically, he was going through all of the letters and realised that these were chemical elements. He basically figured out and deciphered with the codes that what the general's actually got is basically infinite, is it energy? Basically, I think he said when he come out of his operation, he was speaking to Sarah, that imagine somebody could harness the power of the sun. You know, they basically got infinite energy, and you know, they would basically rule the world. They have it all at their hands, fingertips, disposal. Everybody will want to pay for it. And it's interesting because I was saying, if that is the case and they do have infinite energy, then 125 million is literally peanuts. It's nothing. Like, it's literally me walking outside now and finding a penny on the floor, literally, for the amount that it's going to generate. It's crazy. Unlimited wealth. And speaking about wealth, you know, Don, he killed the middleman. He was like, look, mate, why should this guy have 30% of the cut just because he was verifying the transaction? They've ended up having to go meet the buyer's other person as well, who actually has verified Scylla. But interestingly, chaos erupted, and you know, he managed to take it himself. So Don and Gretchen are left with nothing now. They're going to have to maybe team up with Lincoln and Cole to try and retrieve it, but they're obviously left in the dark. It's been taken as well. You know, Michael spoken to Lincoln at the end of the episode, and Lincoln was like, look, mate, I'm going to go and get it. I'm working for the company. You know, this file here, I think it said Tombstone 2 that he gave him. He said, look, mate, our mum's worked for them, our dad's worked for them, and now I'm doing it as well. Both of them have kind of got conflicting opinions currently anyway, in how they want to proceed forward, obviously, with their lives. I think Lincoln's at the stage where he's like, look, mate, you know, been screwed from everybody. The company, the police, you know, the government. At least if I do this, I'm going to get a bit of cash. I'm going to be able to get my life sorted. I'll be able to actually be a free man and move forward. Well, obviously, Michael's kind of thinking it the other way, as well as obviously like everything they've done to him, and that he actually wants to take him down. So both brothers, different directions last episode, but hopefully they join back together for the end of the season. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Where are you?
Miami. The guy took Scylla's here.
Is Fernando with you?
It's a great split.
Who's we? Who are you with?
People I don't trust.
Okay.
Look at them all in there.
Can I know why you did it? Do you really think that they're just gonna let us live when we give them Scylla?
Company's data tech finally got a hit on our guy's cell phone.
How do we know this guy's still in Miami, that he hasn't sold it already?
Don't screw this up, all right? Because that's our only lead on this guy. Were you upset because I screwed you over, Link? Because don't act like you haven't done that to 10 times as many people.
Why don't we all just focus on who's got Scylla?
Kind of like what they just said there of Sarah about, do you reckon they're going to keep you alive once they get what they want? Usually that don't happen, does it? It's kind of like Terrence Steadman, isn't it? Locked, prisoner in his own home.
Hey, Schofield.
There are no bars on the windows or the doors, but there are 3 types of mountain lion in the area, so you might want to stay close by.
You've been operating under some conceptions about the company, and the general wants to open the books.
If by facts you mean it's on Scylla and that my mother once worked for the company.
Works for us.
Oh, works, S. You know what I mean? She's still alive. So she's alive. Do you reckon Lincoln knows that? Because I don't even know, man. That was really interesting.
I'm just looking for someone. I called here yesterday about 3 times. New Yorker, dark hair, bits of gray.
I can't help you, sorry.
What about Blondie?
We've got about 2 seconds.
Looks like a punch, doesn't it?
He works. This girl works here. He dates her.
You'll take me to her.
I don't know how better to say this. She left you and your brother to protect you.
Had this with his dad.
There were threats. you and Lincoln might be kidnapped.
Where was she when my brother was strapped to an electric chair?
She'd been working in a Madagascar rainforest without satellite access. There's so much more on Scylla than you know.
It sounds like we'd have a lot to talk about.
When you're ready to join her, us.
The thing is, right, if I was Michael, it's not that far-fetched for him to say, look, mate, you just told me my mum's alive. Get her on the phone now, mate. Literally, I want to see her. I need the facts. And interestingly, would you reckon, like, I don't know how old Michael is. Let's say he's in mid-30s there. So that means, obviously, like, when his mum went away, he would have been 10 or so, around that age. Do you reckon that you would remember the face of your mum now? Do you know what I mean? 25 years on, like he was saying. Because I kind of think that you would do, but then again, I don't know. You know what I mean? I've not been in that situation. Obviously, he was really young when she disappeared. And that's the second time, mate, we've had that both his parents have decided to split from him and his brother for the betterment of him and all of that. Because basically, yeah, like his dad said that time, he chose the company over them because he was trying to protect them. And this guy's just said it again about his mum, you know. The reason why she disappeared or whatever is because he was trying to protect them. But I don't know. In my opinion, no work ever, no matter what, is more protection than, you know what I mean? I'd rather stay with my kids' lives. You know what I mean? I wouldn't take money out about over leaving them, regardless. But again, you know, you never know until you're in that situation. But if I don't think it's that crazy for Michael to say he wants to speak to his mum, and it shouldn't be, I'm going to join Scylla before he gets that video call or phone. You know what I mean? It should be, let me see her, let me speak to her, let me get my own thoughts and opinions on why she's done it, and then I'll make my own decision that way.
Hey, Erica, it's me. So, are you coming? She's on her way. So what do you want with this guy?
He took something that belongs to me.
There. There's Erica.
Weird.
Is she going to wait there? If she's been given, I don't know, freedom, she's just going to get off and run. Well, I would anyway. Maybe she's his girlfriend? That was an interesting twist, actually. You know what? Maybe that was his girlfriend. She played that well, though. She looked scared in the club.
Big guy. Shaved head. Crazy. He didn't know I was with you, and by the time he did, he was trying not to get shot. Oh, no.
What?
My wallet.
This is the chick who set me up. This is our guy's girlfriend's address. She's probably gone, but see what you can find.
It's interesting that that's his little squad now. Michael had Mahomes and everybody. Look at Lincoln with these guys.
Sarah, you're looking rested.
I would like to offer my professional assistance in Michael's rehabilitation.
You serve Michael best at a distance right now. Trust me. Indulge yourself. Sit by the pool. Envision the future. Financial security? I'm simply trying to maximize his potential. I'm putting an end to this exhausting cat and mouse.
Radical architecture is a rejection of all formal and moral parameters. From your thesis.
Someone else's words, heavily paraphrased.
You know that she had an almost identical quote in her thesis. I've known your mother for years. She was just as resistant to joining the company.
My mother is so brilliant and actively company. What do you want with me?
Fully functioning Scylla project would exist on a global scale. It can't be managed by one person, but two. Equally formidable, working in lockstep. Absolutely. If I weren't telling you the truth, would I have gotten this?
You know, alright, going back to the other day, right, when he had this operation, I think they said that this procedure's only ever worked on one person before. And, you know, as he was talking then, I was just thinking in my head, you know, about his mum, and like, she's not dead. And if she's not dead, then she didn't die from the condition that Michael's got. And then obviously, like, Michael and Lincoln have been thinking that it's very severe, that the condition that he's had, and although it is, it's obviously treatable. And I'm thinking that obviously the first time it was done, it was on his mum, and the second time it was done, it was on him. Do you know what I mean? So that maybe that Michael doesn't actually die. He's you know, he's actually on the right path to be healthy again. But then the general said that he's got something in place. You know what I mean? He said that he's putting an end to all of it. But this guy's obviously come with some pictures of Michael, and if I'm not telling the truth about your mum, then how have I got this? But technically, you know, it's just old photographs, and whenever he's, you know, the company could have took his mum out years ago, and they could have gone and just acquired it right then and just held it as sort of leverage over his dad at the time when he was there. I don't really know. The interesting thing is, you know, apparently both his parents worked for the company, then one of his parents decided to break away from the company, and then obviously Mahomes and the company killed one of them, and then if one's still there, so it's like, it's a bit crazy, isn't it? Like, literally, if you think about it, it's mad.
girl dates a criminal. This is a waste of time. All right, all in favor of changing the regime, say aye.
Aye, Captain.
Aye. All right. Burroughs is out.
They just change stuff all the time, don't they, man?
You know, I'm thinking more and more that this is an inside job.
The hardware he brought to the meet, he could read Scylla right on the spot. Since he's disappeared, I should be able to find this man, and I can't.
I mean, the only way it could be his daughter that's done gone for it.
When are we gonna get this out of the way?
Don't flatter yourself.
Too late. Name it. And I do mean anything.
Yo, mate, them two would be a decent couple, though. They just both strong personalities.
Nothing. All right, Link, this is the deal. Look, we appreciate your effort, but Bagwell and I took a vote, and this being Florida and all, came up a little bit short. At some point, you'll have a vote, but until then, you're done, all right? We shut you down, okay? You're no longer in charge.
Hey, Alex.
Uh-oh. Looks like there's been a recount.
The second you stop doing what I tell you to do, I'm gonna blow your brains out.
You know what, right? Gretchen and Lincoln would be a decent couple. Both of them are like, I don't know, personalities dominate. Honestly, they absolutely dominate. But also, I kind of feel like Gretchen's kind of on Lincoln's side right now. She has to pick one out of all these. It's kind of Lincoln's. But again, if it was an inside job for the company, that's interesting, because the company are going through all this stuff trying to find it, and maybe it's somebody else gone rogue inside them. Like Dom was in the police or whatever, and he's went his own way. I'm kind of thinking that maybe it's the general's daughter. Do you remember like she was fuming when he killed that guy and she kind of like resigned? Maybe it's her, mate. Imagine she tries to take it and says that he's not worthy of it. I'm doing it my way.
I was 10. We were on a camping trip in Jackson Hole.
You know, 3 of the 4 people in this photograph are still alive.
Time for a family reunion in Wyoming. For a lot of unrealistic things. I got over them too.
Before you were incarcerated, you'd go to visit her grave on the anniversary of her funeral.
That's enough.
You'd bring a bouquet of blue irises. You'd sit for an hour. She watched you do this every year. She's seen the pain you carry. She wants to make amends.
All right.
Hey, everything that guy said has not really proved his mum's alive. Anybody could have been reconning Michael doing those things.
Right there. Pull it up.
If he's working with someone from the company, they wouldn't want their names on any flight manifests.
You're trying to get Scylla out of the country by boat undetected. Let's go.
Thanks for coming when you did.
You helped me like you said you would. Oh, yeah.
Afternoon. Nice her.
Her name's Tia Hayden.
Can't say I do.
I'm Don Self with Homeland Security, and this is my partner, Bruce Liberace. Looking into smuggling and contraband transportation of Cuban cigars. And it's going to involve shutting down this entire marina.
Oh, yeah.
For about a week. Or what
She was here. He wanted to know which berth the private charter was docking in.
When does it arrive?
Arrived?
Oh no, it's there.
Hey, everybody! Homeland Security. We're going to have to do a quick luggage check.
Guy in the green looked like he was scared. I don't think he's got Scylla. I reckon that he might just have some drugs.
What do you got here? It's 3 joints.
I knew it would be drugs. It's just paranoia, isn't it? When the police turn up or whatever, he thought.
I'm on probation. You gonna send me back?
Make yourself a helmet, pal.
Just like old times.
Time frame, Doctor.
Unaided, 3 days.
With the pentothal?
Oh, sooner, but it's nearly a chemical lobotomy. I think I can get him there.
If I find out he's been playing you, Doctor, you'll get the same lobotomy as Schofield.
Let's go.
Do you know what, right? I've got one criticism of this show. It literally is like, I'd say it's a big one, but it's obviously minor as well. It's like, they never have police come in looking at stuff. For example, how many shootouts in broad daylight public have we seen? And nobody ever actually comes and researches into it. Like, you know, Lincoln was just at the beach then or whatever, and it was a full-on shootout. People turned up. There was like 5 people firing weapons and nothing. You know what I mean? No search, no police now. She's gone to pick up the phone. Vans come, people in mass, bagged her, took her away. Guarantee nobody comes after it. But like, it's a consistent theme. Like, you'll see somebody like with machine guns in the middle of the road shooting down cars. No police ever turn up. And I don't know, like, I know it's a TV show and whatnot, but like, it loses some of the realism factor. Do you know what I mean? When I'm watching it, when I'm always seeing like kidnappings and public shootings, and then nobody's ever actually searching deep into it. Gotta be somebody that we know. I knew it! I fucking got it right.
The guards will stomp the life out of you. Company can't know I'm talking to you.
You are the company. You're his daughter.
Do you want to find Michael Schofield?
Of course I do. It's 60 miles northeast of downtown, and I'd move quickly. They're carving out his personality. That's how they recruit. Out.
Well, it doesn't confirm that she's going after Scylla, but she was my prediction, and I'm happy that it looks like it could be true.
Searched every bag.
Then maybe the buyer was already on the boat and was disembarking. Right?
They probably would have traveled in on a low-grade
Found
charter
him.
from the Bahamas and used their real names.
You know, we never really had anything they wanted.
Exactly. Now we got leverage.
We don't have it yet.
Anything?
No.
I know that she'll do whatever it takes to get the money herself,
I don't
like.
understand the way she said recruit made my stomach turn. They're gonna torture him.
Stay in the hotel until we get back to LA.
Is he belling up? All right, no way.
Yes?
Credit got the location on a shining night. Ask.
Schofield Burroughs' family would have been a formidable asset to the company, but since his lapdog insists on complicating matters, we move on. I want Schofield pliable for transit, and your vehicle arrives in 20 minutes.
Hey, this is the best part of Michael. What's he doing now?
We gotta pull that image, get it to the company, and have them match it.
Where's Gretchen?
What do you want?
Solve your problems, Scott. You have a big problem, and so does whoever it is you're working for. And you obviously know that, or you would have graced me with your presence.
And you can make that problem disappear. How much?
A lot.
If you serve up whoever's looking for us and get the company off our scent, 10 million. Ask for a penny more, and I'll shoot you in the chest and take my chances.
10 million. I mean, it's a lot. It is a lot.
This is for your own good.
What perfect timing that was.
Now give the doctor his medicine. Bedpost.
Just you'd be fuming, wouldn't you? You thought he was in a position of power and you turned into weak straight away. Ah, see, Michael looks like he's running a bit dizziness there. Do you know, would it be that far-fetched to think that, you know, do you remember when he escaped from Fox River and he kind of stayed close, didn't there? He was like on the banking, on kind of like the underside, kind of near the wall, and it was like everybody thought that he would have ran away, and they technically did after it. But what I mean is, do you remember when the dogs come to the back of the car and they could smell them because he was that close, so to speak? He could have ran and just like stayed at that building, and then all of them would have fired away thinking that he'd be out there in the distance, and then he's got time to like kind of like scope around, get in the car and get away. Does that make sense? Because obviously they thought that he would have ran away. Never really would you think that he'd stay behind so close. But again, you know, if you look at what's going on there, Gretchen's trying to cut another deal for money herself, but then T-Bag's got his own deal going on with the general. So like everybody's just going rogue all over the place.
I know who it is. The buyer. His name is Lawrence Wilcott, and he's been working for the company for 10 years.
The guy who took Syl off us in LA, we pulled his image off the security tape. Company's running a recognition match right now. We need to move before Scylla does. Let's go. Turn around!
Oh, Sarah's come to save the day. Perfect timing again. Works a treat. I mean, Michael's just a perfect guy.
Nice and slow.
You're a whore, and your mother was a whore.
Hi, Auntie.
I didn't expect that one.
Well, let's talk about that, okay?
Let's. Where is it?
I can get it.
I hope she doesn't die though. She's unpredictable. She brings a bit of chaos.
The hotel rented out.
Made it up.
You have no idea who this guy's working for.
Because she switched sides at the last second doesn't mean she wasn't gonna kill us 2 minutes ago.
She's got a kid.
So what?
We're not them.
Keep your mouth shut and you get to see your kid in visitation.
I know what the general will do to me if I talk in prison.
Mate, if she's in prison, she can't do anything. The general's literally got all the power. I also won't put it past Gretchen to be able to get herself up and get off before they get there.
You haven't said a word.
I think my mother's alive.
It's his cell phone. Answer it.
Hello? Your boy's dead. And now I'm coming after you.
I literally feel like that's his mum. Mate, we had a brief picture of her, that's it. It sat on the porch.
It was my son.
So we have had confirmation that she was alive. I mean, if we didn't even have that, I was going to say that based on the evidence of what they give in today's episode, it's not exactly so strong where you can like believe it. Do you know what I mean? Like the pictures in the book were old, and you know the conversations and stuff that they were saying to Michael, it never really kind of, I don't know, how can you say it, like solidified that she was actually, you know, still in the present, if that makes sense. You know, it could have been information acquired in the past, and, you know, saying that, oh yeah, she watched you drop a blue rose or whatever and take one away every time like death come around or whatnot. Mate, anybody could have done that, and somebody could have been watching him. And I was going to say that I reckon that she's alive for the sake of saying it would be a good twist in the show and it would make it more interesting. You know, not because of the information that they provided us. Obviously, at the end there, we had it full on given out to us. Obviously, she is. Now, interestingly, you know, she's in, I don't know, like, we've been told, so if you look at this episode, we was told by this guy who's working for the General that his mum works for them and she's been doing it for years, and she was in an operation where she couldn't actually prevent Lincoln from dying because she was like, I don't know, working in some cornfield or something like that, and it had no cell service and she didn't really know what was going on. But then if you look at it here, you know, we had a conversation between the Doctor and the General by basically saying if we could get Michael on board, and it was like Michael and family or whatever, Schofield and co, like it'll been good for their operation. But then obviously if she's going to get in the way, Sarah, then obviously he's going to have to kind of like accelerate it and have to just change it. But then you look at his daughter kind of going against him, which I kind of predicted just because I thought she might have been the person that was trying to steal Sailor because she didn't like how her dad was kind of running it. And then she did give the information to Sarah about Michael's location, but then we've obviously got the twist here that his mum's alive and she's the one that stole it. Now, is she working for his daughter or not? And how she got into a position where she's got enough money or whatever in the resources when she's supposed to be working for the General to be able to steal it herself? Do you know what I mean? And we've not really been told truly what everybody technically wants to do with it. Now, we did learn last episode that it could possibly harness the energy of like the sun, and it's kind of like infinite, and whoever's got it has basically got the whole power. But then again, what does everybody want to do with it? That's the main question. Do you know what I mean? It's all right having it, but like, what is people's objectives with it? You know what I mean? Did he want to provide beneficial power, do you know what I mean, to like countries that can't afford it, whatnot, and like they can give it and they can, you know, give everybody this and that? Or does somebody want to use it because they want to make weapons and they want to kind of destroy everything and they want to rule and dictate? Do you know what I mean? There's so many sides to it. We don't really know what everybody's obviously objectives are with it, and I'm excited to see obviously what they actually are. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So obviously Sucre wasn't in it, you know, last episode that he said that he was done, do you know what I mean? He wants actually a couple of days where he doesn't have to fear for his life or take somebody's life, and, you know, he's stepping away from it. But then again, we've seen Mahon's back, which is interesting, you know, one goes, one returns. But I was kind of thinking about the characters, you know, that have grown on me throughout the show and who I'd be like kind of sad to see if they actually left. And, you know, I feel like I'm sad that Bellic's left. I really did like his character, and I thought, do you know what, since season 1 to now, he's really progressed and he's really made me kind of like his progression, so to speak, and like what he offered us. And I feel like that with Mahomes as well. I actually liked how he was introduced with Michael, and obviously he had the brains and he was kind of playing against each other. And I feel like his acting got really good when he was inside of Sona and everything that was going on with him and his drug addictions. And then, I don't know, this season going after Wyatt and the information that he's provided to the team, I just really feel like he's been a good asset as well. And I've been thinking as well, you know, like these characters, if he was gone, I'd be kind of sad to see them go, especially like I said, I am with Bellic because he actually has. Now, and then Sarah popped in the screen. No offense to Sarah, I'm not slagging her off. I'm not having a dig at her or nothing. But like, I kind of thought in my head, do you know what? If she actually went, would I really care that much? And that sounds absolutely ruthless, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, would you care? But then I thought, do you know what? I feel like her character, ever since she's been introduced, has actually been like a straight line. Like, literally, she's just been here, and then we're on season 4. And she's just here again. You know, Bellic started here, and then he's come up here, and he might have dipped a bit annoying, and he's gone back up, and then Bagwell again, you know, he's gone up and down, and you've had Mahomes, to me, he's gone on the gradient slant. So, like, but look at all these characters and the progressions and the stories that they've been given. You know, I've really enjoyed them, and, like, if they did leave, I'd be upset. And, like, her, I was like, do you know what? I'm not too sure. I wonder if you guys feel the same way about some characters. I'd be interested to see, you know, in the comments below, like, somebody, if you could pick one character that could have left the show that you wouldn't really have no care. It could be Michael, you know what I mean? It could be Lincoln, it could be anyone. I'm not saying that your decision's wrong. I'm just saying, like, who's a character that you've always watched that's never actually, like, you know, tickled your feels, if that made sense. Never actually changed your opinion. You just always thought, meh, you know, they're there, but I've never really cared for them. And, you know, I was kind of feeling that today's episode. A bit ruthless, to be honest. I don't know why that come over me. But again, you know, she's here saving the day. She did save Michael from them, you know. Everything that happens with Michael, it's always last minute. It's always saved by the bell. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they come in to give him the needle. He's done his little chemical thing, which is the best part of Michael, to be honest, using his you know, using his brains. And as it was about to come in, boom, it's blasted through him. He's got the upper advantage, you know what I mean? Hancock got the gun, he's got off. And again, when she's just about to be arrested, so to speak, or taken in, she's come in, she's took the cars out, she's grabbed Michael, taken away. And again, he's saying that he thinks that, you know, his mum might actually be alive, which is confirmed that 100% is, because obviously they taken out this Scott, the person that screwed them over last episode. You know, they've done the research searching for him today. Again, Gretchen's gone her own way. She's decided to try and cut her own deal, 10 million. And then when it comes to it, you know, Dom was actually ripping into her. He's calling her a whore. You know, he's being pretty rude, to be honest. It's a bit snide, and didn't really like how he was actually talking to her there. I thought like a bullet to him would have been decent, but she didn't. She turned and bulleted to his Scott's obviously guards, and then he went to shoot her, and he did actually, and then she killed him as well. So like, it was kind of like a double trade-off. She's still alive, but obviously Lincoln's saying, look mate, you know, the fact is I'm not going to kill you, but you're going to get arrested, and you know, you're going to be inside. She's basically saying, look, can't really squeal. Can't really say anything about the general and the company, because you know where I am. I'm a sitting duck. They can go in, they can make my life hell. They'll probably kill her, to be honest. You know, we've seen it again. They tried to kill, what was his name now? I forgot now. The guy who always tried to hang himself, Cino. Do you know what I mean? Like, they'll always get you if you're stuck inside. You're like a sitting duck. So we didn't actually see her get arrested. I was saying earlier on in the episode, you know, one thing that kind of like gets on my nerves a little bit is like all these shootout, all these killings, all these public attacks and kidnappings and trade-offs and guns and bullets and all that, and nobody ever, you never see the police anywhere. Well, at least in today's episode here, after that, you actually heard them in the background, and the insinuation was kind of like she was going to get taken in, but we never actually seen it. And like I said, I would never put it past someone like Gretchen, who's always slipping and sliding and cutting deals here and there and all that, to actually get away. So all this episode was decent. Did enjoy it. Good twist at the end. I'm excited to see how it goes and, you know, pans out. Couple of episodes left of the season. Might start opening the most likely to dislike characters, so please do keep an eye out. It's going to come in the next few episodes. Thanks for checking out today's. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.